Hey guys! Hello! Hello everybody, my name is Kat. Welcome to today's video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's video is going to be a full face of new makeup, some stuff that I recently purchased, some stuff that I just haven't tried out yet. One of the things I'm using isn't a true new product. I did get it about a week ago, but I did try it once. Like, I have my opinions about it that I am really excited to share. So yeah, let's kind of just get started and try some new makeup. So I even have a new brow product that I'm going to try. You're gonna see me do my brows for probably the first time, because I don't think I've ever put on my brows in a video, because it takes me forever to do my brows. But this looks like it's gonna quicken up the pace a little bit, and I'm starting to change how I do my eyebrows. I'm trying to go for like a more messier look, not as much the Instagram brow where things are a little bit more full and dense. So today I will be using the Uma Beauty Brow Fro To Go. This I got from Beauty Bay. I did a little Beauty Bay haul. I thought it was a pencil at first, but it's actually like a stick pomade, and then it has a spoolie on the other end. And then you also have on the inside this little brush here that actually has primer on it, which I thought was really cool. I mean, it's not something that I would personally use because the primer isn't the correct shade for my skin. I've been really interested in Uma Beauty's products since I heard about them about a month back, and so I figured I would pick some stuff up. So here we go. It very much matches my eyebrow hair, so this is the darkest shade they have at 6. And I have black eyebrow hair, so yeah, how's everybody's day going? I hope everybody's doing good. Today was kind of a weird day. I feel like a lot of my days lately have been weird days. It kind of turned around when the day was over because I went out and I got some burrito boys, and it was a Starbucks happy hour day. So I had a really lovely dinner. Now I'm just gonna kind of brush everything out. No, I scratched my blush with the spoolie at the end. So be careful, the spoolie is sharp. I don't really talk a lot while I do my brows because I feel like I have to focus. Okay, my eyebrows are on. I will probably clean up the top a little bit with concealer, but before that I'm going to do my base. And so the foundation that I have that is new is the Lawless Woke Up Like This foundation. It says you need to shake it well. I chose the shade Mojave. It's supposed to be light with neutral undertones. According to the website, this should be a match for my foundation that I usually use. We'll see, I guess. It looks a little bit yellow. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just going to put that on with one of my oval brush dupes. Yeah, it's not matching, but we're just gonna work with it and see how it goes. And then if it doesn't work, I'll just layer it on top with a lighter shade, and it's orange. I look orange. So I thought this would match my skin, but it doesn't. I wanted to kind of do a video like this because I thought it would be fun to try all my new products at once. And lo and behold, the second product just isn't going that well, but we're just gonna keep working with it. We can always fix being orange. That's my new philosophy. So color matching for this wasn't very accurate, even though, you know, the swatch looked good, the description was right, it wasn't a match for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go in with my lighter foundation shade, and I'm just gonna use a little dab of it, mix it in. That looks a little bit better. Ooh, itchy neck. A little bit disappointing about this foundation because the texture of it felt really nice. So maybe I'll try it again in a different color. But yeah, this color just really didn't match my skin, unfortunately. So, okay, so I would say mixing those two foundations together brought it a little bit closer to my foundation shade. Let's just kind of keep going, even though that was a little bit disappointing. It's all good. You win some, you lose some. Oops, what is happening to my hair? And then the next thing that I have is actually a drugstore product. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer. I have a lot of full coverage concealers, and I was really looking for something that was a little bit lighter. I thought that it might be good to give this a try and see how I like a more hydrating concealer texture. And then if I like this, I will probably be buying more hydrating concealers in the future. Just gonna use a concealer brush to get everything in there. Yeah, I really don't like this foundation on me. It looks good in the light, but in real life, it does not look good. This concealer concealer feels really nice. It feels quite light, which is what it said it was. It said it was a lightweight hydrating concealer. The color match is there, like it matches my skin tone pretty well, but also I have a hard time telling because it feels like it's almost not even there, which I don't know how I feel about. Okay, so my under eyes are done. I usually do a little bit of concealer to clean up my brows a bit and highlight them a little bit more. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So brow number 1 looks pretty good, I would say. I feel like the vibe I'm going for with my brows is just like my brows, but better. So, you know, less patchiness, a little bit more like cleaned up. All the hairs aren't like flying in 18 million different directions, and I feel like I can very much achieve that with this Brow Fro to Go. I think this is a really solid product. My only critique of it is how expensive it is, regularly priced. It's almost 40 Canadian dollars, which is kind of pricey for a brow product, especially because I'm used to using stuff like that, you know, on the high end are like mostly $20 at most. And so I find this a little bit pricey, but the application of it was nice and I like how my brows look. You know, if this does go on sale, I'll probably be repurchasing this, but at $40, I find it a little too expensive for me, for a brow product at least. So let's kind of get to the fun stuff. Yay! So for my eyes, I am going to be using the Millennial Pinks palette from Melt Cosmetics. I love Melt Cosmetics. I think their brand is really cute. Everything feels very me, especially this Millennial Pinks palette. I love pink, I love gray, and that's exactly what this color story is. It's just kind of my perfect color story. So we're gonna use it today. We're gonna do it. I'm thinking that I'm going to do a more pinky look with a pop of silver. I think that might be pretty. I think in the haul video that I did, I mentioned a lot of people anti-hauled this last year, but it actually didn't come out last year. It came out this year. It was just kind of like a slip of the mind. So that's a little corrections corner for me. I've had kind of an ordeal with Melt Shimmers, so what I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to apply the shimmer shade that I use on my finger, and then I'm going to use a setting spray to see if that helps really give it a nice foiled effect. I think that should do the trick. I am going to use the shade Flamingo Dream kind of all over the eye to get started. It's kind of like this coral pink over here. It's really pretty and it's going down pretty good. It could do a little bit better, but that's all right. That's looking better. Yeah, there we go. It still really is a bummer about this foundation because it's feeling really nice on my skin. So maybe I can just keep getting use out of it if I mix it with foundations. I'm like tilting away. I'm like, okay, that's looking pretty good. It's not going down patchy or anything. Not a lot of fallout yet. A little bit on my inner corner, but nothing that's detrimental to using the palette. And I'm just gonna kind of blow it up. That's a really nice pink color. I like the color of this a lot. I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with the shade Modern Love, which is kind of like this mauve over here, and I'm just gonna use that to deepen the outer corner. And then I'm probably gonna just keep it as it is, keep it nice and light. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? It's like not showing up at all. Oh, we're getting a little bit of something. Yeah, that Modern Love shade just isn't showing up. It's just not really layering with the Flamingo Dream very well. It's kind of coming, but it's also not. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of a cut, get ready to wing it. I think that looks nice. You can see that it deepened it a little bit now that I've kind of, you know, cut it a little bit on the edges. And I think that's okay. I think I was expecting it to be a little bit more, but you know what, that Flamingo Dream, I really did get it in there, so maybe that's why. Perhaps if I had put it down first, it might have looked a little bit better. And for my shimmer, I am going to do the shade Moon Glow, which is that nice silver there. It looks like it's gonna be really foily, but these melt shadows lie sometimes, so. Oh, that's pretty good. I'd say that's what I expected. Much better than my She's in Parties shimmer. That silver has a lot of fallout, so beware. Probably all the shimmers are gonna be like that, where they have quite a bit of fallout. I think it's nice. I'm really bummed about all the shimmer that's on my under eye, which is why, once again, I never do my base first. I don't care if people say that's the right way to do it. I don't think it is. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, almost dropped it. Let's talk a little bit about this Millennial Pinks palette. The shimmer on this works out really nicely when I added a little bit of setting spray to it, which is what I think that I'll just need to do with my melt shadows going on into the future, because you know, when I do add the shimmer, it really gives me the touch that I want, and that's great. The only downfall is that those shimmers have quite a lot of fallout and it gets all over your under eye. So if you do your base first, then you're gonna have sparkles all over your under eye, which is kind of annoying. The pink shade over here, Flamingo Dream, I really enjoyed it. I really like the color that came out of this. It's kind of like more of a corally pink. It's very soft. You know what? This palette, I don't think that I would have bought this palette in particular, the Millennial Pinks, if it wasn't on sale. If I were to get another melt palette going forward, I think I would get the Amor Eterno Vida palette. I know I like the Muerte palette. Blah, blah, blah. Hector's gonna make fun of me. But yeah, I love that palette. Everything about that palette was perfect. And so I would probably for full price get the Vita version because I'm going to assume that it has the same formula and very similar textures. So, you know, I'm glad I have this because it's a cute palette and I do like what is happening on this eye today, but also you have to work a lot to get this to work for you. I really like Melt. I love their branding, and I think I'm gonna try more of their other products and take a pause on the palettes for a minute, just because, you know, this is the second palette that hasn't totally lived up to my expectations. But you know what? The Amor Eterno palette really does do it for me. And you know, that justifies my love for the brand. I'm gonna do the other eye really quickly and then we can go on to doing liner, which I'm really excited about because I haven't played with a new eyeliner since, I don't know, a really long time ago. I've been using the same eyeliner for years essentially, so. Okay, so I have the other eye on. I do want to mention, for some reason doing this eye worked a little bit better than doing this eye. I don't know why, but I'm just going to accept that win and go on about my day. So let's go on to liner. The liner that we're going to be trying is the Cleopatra ink in Blackety Black, y'all. This is from Uma Beauty. We're just gonna kind of try to do a cat eye with it. I left it storing upside down and I'm just gonna shake it really well before I get started. The thing that I noticed about this is that this is very similar to the Kat Von D eyeliner in that it has kind of more of a brush tip, not a felt tip. So I'm probably not gonna talk a lot while I do this because I really need to focus when I do my eyeliner. So bear with me. So I am just gonna start by doing a line like so. I don't really like this, unfortunately. This just isn't working for me, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna just try to do my best with it, but if it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. The color is in there, but for some reason, the brush just isn't working on my eye. I'm just gonna try to work with it a little bit more. I'm really disappointed because this is a brand that I really want to support, but this product just isn't working for me. And it's not giving me the sharp line that I usually get with my Stila liner. Just so that you can see like what is happening, it's not giving me that really dark line that I'm looking for. I don't know, maybe I got a bad one. I am going to have to switch back to my Stila liner, unfortunately, because this just isn't working on my eye, as you can see here, which sucks because I was really rooting for this product. I like that brow product a lot, and so I figured that, you know, their other products would be really awesome too. I like the gloss. I tried out the gloss earlier this week. Really unfortunate that this Uma liner didn't work out for me, but you know what, it's okay. There's other Uma products that I can love and enjoy, and sometimes things just don't work no matter how much you want them to. It's just kind of a fact of life. But I have my Stila liner on because once you start eyeliner, you can't exactly take it off, especially like right after you finish doing your eyeshadow. So we're just gonna continue on with the rest of my face, and the next thing that we have to do is my lashes. I am going to go off camera and do these because they take me a little bit of time to put on, but I will give you my feedback as soon as I'm back, so just hang tight. Okay, so I have my lashes on, just cleaned up my liner a little bit. The lashes that I am using are from Colored Rain. This is from their Safari Rain collection. I got the whole bundle from the Safari Rain collection, so I have the eyeshadow palette, the brushes, and all the lipsticks, and I really like that collection, and I like these lashes. My only critique about them is that the shape of them is a little bit odd, so they're kind of uncomfortable to wear on the inner corner for a long period of time, but you kind of get used to it after a little while. I like these ones because they are very dense and kind of spiky, which is how I like my lashes. I like a spiky lash, and I think they look cute, so Really happy with how those look. Now that I have my eyes on, I still have my base on from earlier. Let's kind of just go in with bronzer, highlighter, and some blush. For my blush, I am going to be using the Cover FX Duo, and I don't know where it is. Here it is. I'm going to be using the Cover FX Duo in the Spice Cinnamon shade just because it's a nice deeper blush. So I'm going to try the shimmer blush just because I do have more of a shimmery look going on. So I'm just gonna kind of start with that, and I'm going to warm up the cheeks and just kind of like pat it in. I'm not gonna do too much just because I want to keep it a little bit lighter today. I like moving my blush kind of like right against my highlighter. That's my blush placement. And for my highlighter, I'm actually gonna go into the Millennial Pinks palette, and I'm going to use the shade Rosé Brunch as my highlighter, kind of more of like a rose gold highlighter. I thought it would look really cute. I'm just gonna very carefully pat it onto my brush. So it's a little bit sparkly, but it's kind of like a nice sparkle. Yeah, I'm into it. I think that's a cute highlighter. Yeah, that's fun. And then I am going to do a little bit of bronzing. This is the Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer in the shade Light, and it looks pretty dark, so let's hope this goes well. I am going to very lightly place it with a stipple brush and then blend it out and just hope that that works. So it looks a little harsh right now, but hopefully once we blend it out, everything will look nice. I like how big the package of this was, and that's kind of what drew me to this one personally. So it looks like you can blend it out a fair bit. Just good. I think that's better. I think that looks better. So let's just repeat on the other side. I pretty much exclusively use bronzer on my cheeks only. I don't go up onto my forehead with it because I have a really large forehead and I feel like it just wouldn't look right. Plus I like the way my forehead looks. I think it's a cute forehead. So we've got bronzer on. Use the Revolution bronzer. I really like that one. This is the shade Light and it's quite dark, so if you are very, very, very fair, this probably won't work for you unless you're very, very light with your hand. And, oops, I forgot to highlight my nose. You know what? I think I might actually bring the blush kind of like this. Yeah, I added a little bit more blush. Can't really tell, but just added a little bit more blush there. The next thing I'm going to do is just set my under eyes really lightly, and for that I am going to use the I Heart Revolution Peach Scented Baking Powder. So I'm going to take my handy dandy little brush and I'm just going to pat it under, a little bit on the forehead. It really does smell like peaches, so if you don't like scented stuff, you probably wouldn't enjoy this, just as a forewarning. My hair clips are a mess, but it's fine. Okay, and now that I've set, I am gonna go in with my lip gloss from Queenfidence by Francine B. This is the shade Deal Maker. I tried the Soul Sisters palette, which is currently the only palette that they sell, and I love that palette. It is so, so good. Such an amazing palette all around. It has lots that you can do with it. It has pops of colors, neutrals, some gray tones in there too. There's just so many options with what you can do. I had a lot of fun playing with that palette. It was a good time. So let's try this gloss out. I wanted to use the more pinky gloss because I'm kind of going for like an all over pink look today, so we're just gonna go in with it. So it's on. It feels fantastic. I love all the sparkle in it. I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, this is the final look using all new makeup products. Really happy with how it looks. We had some trial and error going on, and some things kind of just didn't work, which is okay because sometimes, you know, your makeup doesn't go how you expect it to go. It's just life. But I'm really happy with everything I have, regardless of the things that, you know, didn't exactly work for me. So yeah, that's been my full face of new makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to take care of yourselves and each other during these trying times. Be conscious of the world around you. The movement is still happening even though you're not seeing it on your regular timeline. It's important to still support the Black Lives Matter movement even though it's not in the mainstream media as much anymore. Keep having those difficult conversations and signing petitions. You're doing great. I'm rooting for you. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next video and just have a fantastic day. Bye.